Do you need to be a pilot to fly an airplane? Well, yes, otherwise it's a bad idea. But do you need to be an aircraft manufacturer to sell one of the fastest light sport planes in the world? Not to build or design it, but to sell it? Technically, yes, but that's not the most important part. In this video, we'll dive deep into the story of how one little Google search saved the life of one of the best light sport airplanes out there. Welcome to Big Metal Birds, and today we're sharing a unique and fascinating story about the JMB VL3. To fully understand where the VL3 started, we need to rewind the clock back to 1980, when JMB, the current producer of the VL3, was first founded by two 18-year-old brothers. Notice how I said current producer. You see, the VL3 wasn't originally produced or even designed by JMB. In fact, for the first 15 years of its existence, JMB didn't produce any airplanes at all. They only offered airfield services. Pilots would come to rest and refuel at the company's airfield, and that was about all JMB offered. So, how does a company that had never manufactured or designed a single airplane go on to become the sole manufacturer of one of the fastest ultralight planes in the world? Designed and first produced in 2004, the initial variants of the VL3 Sprint were actually created by Vanessa Air and produced by Iveco. Just a year after its launch, the VL3 set a world record in the two-seat ultralight class with a speed of 148 knots. This record, along with a lot of good luck, eventually turned the VL3 into an international bestseller. In 2006, Jean-Marie Guisset, the CEO of JMB, came across the VL3. According to him, all it took was a Google search for fastest microlight, and purely by chance, he discovered the VL3.
So I checked Google and I found, by luck, world record microlight, and I found the VL3.
From there, Jean ordered a VL3, and after one short test flight, he knew it was a game changer. JMB immediately acquired exclusive selling rights to the VL3, and within a year, JMB was responsible for selling 85% of all Iveco airplanes in Europe. However, with such performance came risks. In 2010, a VL3 broke apart mid-flight in South Africa, resulting in multiple fatalities. Although minor issues had been noted with the VL3 over the years, the South African accident was the final blow for Iveco, and just 2 years later, the company went out of business. JMB then purchased all the rights to the VL3 and undertook a redesign, focusing on making it faster, safer, and more modern. Emphasis on safer. I'll get to that in a moment. Interestingly, a fixed-gear version of the VL3 was sold in the US from 2009 to 2016 under the name GoBosch 800XP by GoBosch Aviation. To comply with US light sport aircraft rules, this variant had a larger wingspan and a higher gross weight. Unfortunately, the GoBosch 800XP never gained much traction in the US, and by 2016, GoBosch Aviation had gone out of business, much like the VL3's previous owner. Meanwhile, in Europe, JBM Aviation was thriving. Unlike Iveco and GoBosch, JMB immediately began working on redesigning the VL3 to appeal to a broader market. With better specs, a more refined look, and record-breaking speeds, the VL3 became an instant hit. By 2022, just 10 years after acquiring Iveco, JMB had sold more than 500 VL3s and was producing a new VL3 every 4 days. So, what did JMB Aviation change in the VL3 to make it an international success, and what specs does this plane have now? When JMB acquired the VL3, it was already a great performer. A sleek two-seater fully made from composites, though not the strongest or highest quality. So JBM upgraded it by using a carbon and Kevlar mix to make it stronger, testing it up to 15G positive and 8G negative. Isn't that impressive for such a small and light bird? Just 20 feet in length, 6 feet high with a wingspan of 27 feet and an empty weight of only 640 pounds. And following the current trend in the light sport category, the heart of this bird is the Rotax. And not just one. every variant of the VL3 comes with a different engine, and performance can vary greatly depending on which one you choose. The base variant comes with a Rotax 912 that delivers 100 horsepower, while the highest-end variant is equipped with a Rotax 916 IS, capable of 160 horsepower. So, when you combine such a low weight with the turbocharged Rotax 916, you can expect a max cruise speed of around 200 knots. If you opt for the cheaper 912 variant, you'll lose about 50 knots, with an economical cruise of around 150 knots for the 916 and 120 knots for the 912. The top-of-the-line variant climbs at around 1,500 feet per minute, while even the most affordable option performs impressively at 1,000 feet per minute. Average fuel consumption will vary depending on multiple factors, but with the 32 US gallon tank, you can expect approximately 800 nautical miles of range. That's pretty decent for this small bird, right? Like many of the LSAs we've reviewed, such as the Black Shape, Risen, or Pipistrel, the VL3 feels sporty and agile. And man, it loves to go fast. But there's another aspect that makes it stand out from the crowd. Stepping inside, you'll be pleasantly surprised by the refined minimalist design featuring a carbon fiber and Kevlar finish, along with high-quality leather and textile seats. According to JBM's CEO, they want every VL3 to be a piece of art in the sky. And honestly, you can see the level of effort they're putting into these planes. It also comes packed with the latest avionics, including stunning dual Garmin G3X PFD and MFD displays. Focused on safety, JBM offers traffic alert and collision avoidance systems, as well as an emergency locator transmitter. Overall, I think this one might be the best light sport aircraft I've ever reviewed here. But all this performance and design does come with a cost. So what's the price? The price largely depends on the configuration. But on average, you can expect to pay around 500 grand for a new 915 IS model with a decent set of add-ons. For used ones, the price range is also variable. A VL3 with a 912 engine can go for anywhere between 150 grand and 300 grand, depending on the configuration. And configuration doesn't just mean the engine. JBM offers multiple customization options and even assigns a personal designer for each client. You can check out their website to get a better idea of the customization options available. Even if VL3 is not the fastest anymore, by the way, we have a video about the current record holder, Risen. VL3 is a beautiful plane that somehow reminds me of an early Lancer. Same sleek lines, but much more fuel-efficient engine that doesn't skimp on power. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching this story of JMB VL3. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel for more fascinating stories from above the clouds. Fly safe, and until next time.